and welcome to another episode of JML's English Made Easy. Today we'll look at the topic of welcoming visitors, including small talk and offering suggestions. We'll be focusing this video from a business point of view, but you can of course use the same expressions and sentences outside of work. Why is it so important to warmly welcome our visitors? Well, this is our chance to make a great first impression of ourselves, but also of our company. Our goal is to make our guests feel comfortable and at ease. So, let's start. Greetings. If you're meeting your visitor at the airport terminal or in the lobby of your company, you could greet him or her by saying something like, "Hi, are you Clara? My name's Sophia." Or, "Hi, you must be Clara. My name is Sophia." This, in normal times, is usually followed by a handshake or la bise. What should we say next? Well, we can show our interest. For example, we could ask one of the following questions. How was your flight? Did you have a good trip? Or, did you have any problem finding your way here? We can show true hospitality by trying to be as helpful as we can. Put yourself in your visitor's shoes. Of course, I'm speaking figuratively, but what I mean is put yourself in his situation. Does your visitor come from another country? What could he need help with? For example, does he need help with finding his way to the hotel, navigating public transport, finding supermarkets, or even learning some essential or survival expressions in your language? If you show your visitor that you're available to help them out, they will surely feel warmly welcomed. Another idea is to offer your guest a tourist map of your city. In this way, you can make recommendations on places to visit, restaurants to eat at, and you can do this by using the two words should and could. For example, make suggestions by saying something like, well, if you like art, you could go to the Contemporary Art Gallery. Or, if you're a fan of French history, you should definitely visit the Revolution Museum. Our next point is about small talk. But what exactly is small talk? So, small talk is polite and light-hearted conversation. Our goal is to keep it natural and relaxed. So, what topics could we discuss? Firstly, the weather, a classic conversation point. You could talk about the weather in your city or the weather in the city that your visitor just came from. For example, you could ask a question like, how was the weather when you left London or Stockholm? Or you could make a comment about the recent weather that you've had in your city. For example, this week we've had beautiful sunny days. I hope it continues. A second idea for small talk, the visit. We've already talked about asking how the trip went, but you could talk about the reasons why your visitor has come to France. You could also ask them if they have ever been to France. A third idea, leisure activities. If you think it's appropriate, I would suggest talking about this. And one way to talk about leisure activities is by talking about some activities that are popular in your local area. After you mention a few, you could ask your visitor if any of these activities interest him. And our fourth and final point, the news. So whether you talk about current events that are local in your city or global, it could spark a really interesting conversation. So let's talk about misunderstanding. For many different reasons, we may not understand everything that our visitor says, And that's okay. So don't be afraid or ashamed to ask your visitor to repeat him or herself. And we can do that in many ways. We do not have to say, could you repeat that please? Let's have a look at some other alternatives and try something new. For example, sorry, what did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. One more time. Could you say that again, please? I hope you're feeling better prepared to welcome English-speaking visitors. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of JML's English Made Easy. Please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment in the section below. And also don't forget to follow JML Long on our other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. We post a new expression or false friend every day to make your language learning even easier. So, bye for now, see you next time!